weekend's big $500,000 Swan Draft Railway Stakes. And then to race 7, and it was another of the highlights this afternoon, the R.J. Peters Stakes. And look for the colours of Northerly. The gold with the black Maltese cross. He settles in the back half of the field, and he makes a sustained run right around them. I haven't seen one travelling this easily on the home turn for quite a while.
Northerly went to Great Bow. It bounded straight past him. Race 3 in front. Northerly's kicked away. Great Bow's gone, followed then by Special Jester from last Merry Minka. Look at Northerly go. Northerly is spread eagle the field, and he races his way into Railway Stakes contention with a brilliant win. Northerly 5 lengths to Merry Minka. Special Jester on the fence, so can he, followed by
Fred. He's earned his place in next Saturday's $500,000 Railway Stakes with an emphatic win.
Yes, I agree with that. There was an emphatic win, but I'm not sure that's a big ask.
He is a 4-year-old going into our Premier Sprint race, or a mile, with only 5 starts behind him. But of those 5 starts,
what you got, and I'm confident of the horse's ability, but I think this is a really big ask. The Railway, I think, the hardest race in West Australia to win, and
forward to all afternoon. Lindsay Smith, who's been dominating the Perth Summer Carnival, joins me now to talk about 2 runners he has engaged. Old Comrade and News Review. Which of them is the best hope here?
I think News Review, Joe, myself, personally. He's a pretty...
Railway. News Review immediately dragged back to the tail. Corporate Bruce and Umar a little tardy leaving the gates, and Star System, and also Fly My Kite first away from Lord of the Pines. Cassidy's working across on Umrum at the end of 250 from Lizzie Longlegs, and Northerly's 50 from Lizzie Longlegs, and Northerly's up nice and handy. He's going around the outside of Slide Away a length, and last is News Review. Umrum's gone to the lead now, and Cassidy takes the top weight to the front at the 1,000 metres mark from the Peter Hayes trained Lord of the Pines, who quickly shifted off the fence. The speed backed off considerably. Northerly's on a limb going around the outside of Star System. Beautifully placed is Fly My Kite at the 800, and then Sister Patricia and Slide Away, which is cruising behind them between horses. On the fence, Lizzie Longlegs next, and then Old Comrade ridden patiently from Noble Sky. Panoramic Lad bailed up on the inside of Corporate Bruce and McFlirt, followed by Umar, and News Review will have to come from last to win. Dan Miller's pouring the pressure on with the 4-year-old Northerly, who's gone up to eyeball Umrum. 400 metres out in the Railway. Northerly in front. Umrum the fence. Cassidy hasn't moved on him yet. Sister Patricia, and here comes Old Comrade. The 3-year-old cutting loose on the outside. Lord of the Pines can't go on. Slide Away held up, and then Lizzie Longlegs. 200 metres out. Old Comrade's coming at Northerly. Northerly in front. Brown's gone for the whip on Old Comrade. Northerly's responded. The 4-year-old shakes off Old Comrade. Lizzie Longlegs, then Slide Away. A stunning win by Northerly, and Dan Miller, they win the Railway. Northerly too good for Old Comrade. Third, Lizzie Longlegs. Slide Away rattling home when it was all over to run fourth. Fly My Kite Lines has pulled up at the tail of the field. What a horse he is in the making. Having only his 6th career race start, number 15 Northerly. Ridden by the state's oldest licensed jockey, Danny Miller, winning his 2nd Railway Stakes. Has done all of the work. He deserved his win. He earned his win.
80 and 310. Old Comrade at $3 running a tour.
With 4 runs under him in this campaign, he looks like he's got a very big future, and if we can keep him sound, which is always a worry, of course, with very good horses.
He did a lot of work.
I can't believe the run, you know, the horse. I thought he was just annoying Umrum for half the race. You know, he was 3 and 4 wide, got out some side Umrum, drove it into him, and just kept going. Like here, he looks to me as though he's pretty well gone. You know, he's under pressure, then he comes away from them and
straight into thoroughbred racing. And you know, I think Fred has been training thoroughbreds for a little while now. It's not like he's just started it, but he's obviously a very good horseman, and that's a very good horse. Deserves his chance in the East. I think he's earned his ticket.
I don't know.
Triple Office Northerly Shore Blue Shining Path 2136 ratings are just about set at Randwick. Quick peep at the market, 640 Northerly, Oval Office 630, Shore Blue 610.
Though, big question mark where the speed's going to come from.
That is the key to the race, Andrew.
All right, at the moment we've got Group 2 Carline Cup. Right, Andrew?
Shining Path coming up now. Iron Horse out okay. Over on the outside, Shore Blue was a little bit slow to move. Shining Path and Knockrow both away fast. Playstation's up there too with Tiger's Eye. Kenzine is going forward over on the outside. Northerly settles with 3 behind him in a fairly bunched field, including Oval Office back there with Josiah half length away the inside, a length and a half to Shining Path. Northerly next over on the outside of Iron Horse, and they're followed by PlayStation, who's come away from the rails. 1 to Shore Blue, and then came Furnish, and 2 to Oval Office. Knockrow back the tempo off coming down the side. Kenzine rushed up to him. Shining Path whipped around the outside too, and Northerly's off and running as well. He's got up to 4th from Tiger's Eye. Iron Horse length to PlayStation, and they're followed then by Shore Blue taken to the outside, running on from Furnish, and Oval Office last as they've bunched. It's Knockrow, Kenzine, Shining Path. Northerly is 4 wide as they enter the straight. Just behind them, Tiger's Eye looking for a run on the inside. Not a lot of room there. Furnish is coming with a run, but Northerly is spread it away from them at the 200, and the West Australians raced away now. Coming home well as Oval Office on the outside with Furnish, but Northerly with 58 has bolted in. Northerly easily by 4. Oval Office second, Knockrow third, Furnish 4th, and they're followed by... That is a good old-fashioned shellacking. Number 1, Northerly, has absolute... In fact, he's broken the record, 135.1. We all went into it thinking there'd be no pace, and it's a course record performance under 58 kilos returned by Northerly. Second to Oval, Greg Child.
But the horse has only had, what, 8 starts now for 5 wins?
That's his 8th start in a race, yes. And the Australian Cup would be lovely if we can hold him up till then.
Yeah.
But I never...
His ability. Any horse that can win by that margin and break the course record. The last horse I saw win that race by that margin and break the course record was Superimposed. And he went on to bigger and better things. And I think this horse is a very, very talented horse. And Fred Kersley, who has been a champion harness racing trainer in
only his 8th start. He was eased down to run a track record. He is definitely going to be a start of the future. And it was a very sense which was...
Northerly is the top rate at 3 from 5 Sent Home, 9 Giovanna, 1 Diatribe, 9-1 Diatribe, 970, Carpstead Way 490, Northerly 810, big odds over.
Graham, I think we made comment about it. It can't...
And the field is ready. The Australian Cup. Set to go. Line, they're off. And they're racing, and Carpstead Way a little slow to move. Giovanna bounded out with Tickle Mine. Neptune's Journey shows pace down on the rail. Sent Home and Northerly both got away going forward as they've settled down now. And next is Hit the Roof as they go past the 1800. Neptune's Journey, a narrow leader on the inside. From Tickle, Giovanna had worked to the lead, but Sent Home's right there on her outside. A couple of lengths away, Neptune's Journey on the inside, and Showella is around him. 2 lengths further back is Northerly. Tickle My Neck away on the rail. 1 to Shore Blue, being followed by Carpstead Way. He's on the fence, a little worse than midfield, the favourite. Then came Hit the Roof, a length to Diatribe and Inspect, half a length away on the outside, then Hill of Grace, followed by Oval Office, and 2 lengths to Sail of Century. Sent Home took the lead coming down the side, and Nick Giovanna, 2 lengths to Showella. Northerly hasn't had much luck, and he's taking off round the outside to go and have a crack at the leader. Shore Blue worked into it. Neptune's Journey back on the inside. They're followed then by Hit the Roof. Back behind these is Tickle Mike. Carpstead Way's worked away from the rails now. Then Hill of Grace, Inspect. Diatribe a long way back, cornering from Oval Office, and Sail of Century from last hooks to the outside. They turn for home now, and Northerly wide out on the course has gone to the lead from Sent Home and Giovanna. Next is Shore Blue. Carpstead Way trying to get into the clear and Hit the Roof down the outside. At the 300, it's Northerly in front from Giovanna and Shore Blue. Then came Hit the Roof coming home well on the outside, and Carpstead Way, but Northerly clear, 150 to go. He's opened up by 2 or 3. Hit the Roof, Sent Home and Shore Blue. But Northerly, the West Australians, racing away with the Australian Cup. And Northerly won it 3 lengths to Hit the Roof. Photo third, give it a Carpstead Way by a nose to Shore Blue. Then Sent Home, Diatribe, Oval Office. Next 12 and 2. And they've run a course record 159.4.
Okay, we're down Melbourne Cup.
Talk to Fred Kersley.
Yeah,
we think he'll say 4,000 metres.
4,000. Well, that'll get you a Melbourne Cup. Well done. Well done to you.
Phil, but what they forget, these are the sort of races that make them actually champions, and this horse fits into that category today.
Can you imagine the euphoria?
Northerly reminded you a little of Superimposed.
Yeah, well, all the good ones do, but look, he's a talented horse, not without talent, but it just goes to show the point we've been making.
They balance racing Northerly was actually one of the first to hit the ground. Quickly out is Zerin Pack, and Holmes. Bill Lass is coming across to join Slideaway. In for about 8 lengths covered the field as Bill Lass. Carberry sending Northerly through near the inside. Then Prince of Pop going around the outside of Slideaway, who dropped off very quickly. Wider still Corporate Bruce. Noble Sky got through on the inside, then Noble Cavalier, but Erin Pack with a tidy lead. Noski hasn't moved on him. Carberry shakes up Northerly. Northerly's coming out after Erin Pack, and so's Corporate Bruce and Prince of Pop. Erin Pack in front, shifting a bit of ground. Northerly coming at him with on the outside Prince of Pop, Corporate Bruce, but Carberry gave him a dig, and away goes the great horse. Northerly's won it untouched, a super return. He absolutely annihilated them here in the Goodwood. And a good pat on the head from Patrick too as he wins. Second home, either Prince...
As you come,
as all good horses do. It was a fantastic performance.
And all of the facts suggested that perhaps he couldn't win first up. He had 61 kilos. He'd never run first or second first up. He was never been on a rain-affected track. It was a true dead there, and they still ran good time. 1:18.92, and he was named at W2, and he was named at WA's champion racehorse last night. So there'll be some
on the first meeting of these two great horses, the champion Sunline and the West Australian star Northerly. They've drawn alongside one another. Could we get the match race that was spoken of earlier in the week before Northerly turned in a poor track gallop here on Tuesday? The betting suggests Sunline won the jump on the inside ahead of Northerly. Walk on Ice and Brave Chief were away fast and are going forward. As they settle down 100 metres, Walk on Ice by about a length ahead of Brave Chief second and Sunline on the inside third. Northerly's moved up outside her now within a half length of Sunline, and Sir Clive came wider. Then came Matriculate, Weasel Will and Ekalaka 2 lengths away. 8 or 9 lengths would cover the field. Walk on Ice by 2 lengths. Sunline, Brave Chief gone, and Sunline can come out after Walk on Ice now. There's Sir Clive let loose quickly, and it's gone up on the outside of Northerly, and then Weasel Will picking up ground, but Charles hit the button and Sunline responded and sprinted to the lead. Sir Clive goes with her. He's a length away. 3 lengths then to Northerly and Weasel Will. Sunline is given full bore and she accelerates magnificently. The champion mares put 3 lengths on them into the straight. Sunline, Northerly gives chase. Then came Weasel Will, but Sunline 2 lengths in front. Northerly's answering. Sunline by a length and a quarter. Northerly's lifting. The champion West Australian lunged. Got her! Sunline has been beaten. Northerly's grabbed her right on the line. Northerly's won from Sunline. Sir Clive, I think, was third. Sunline is given full bore and she accelerates magnificently. The champion mares put 3 lengths on them into the straight. Sunline, Northerly gives chase. Then came Weasel Will, but Sunline 2 lengths in front. Northerly's answering. Sunline by a length and a quarter. Northerly's lifting. The champion West Australian lunged. Got her! Sunline has been beaten. Northerly's grabbed her right on the line. Northerly's won from Sunline. Sir Clive, I think, was third. And what a superb race.
They stunned Fred Kersley.
Well, I was concerned in the run, I must tell you. I was talking about him being a bit fresh, but he looked flat in the run, and I thought, boy, he's doing it tough. I had him an air to go round. And I actually thought he was gone, I'll be honest with you. But, geez, I'm so proud of him.
And this is before the race, Fred. How good is this horse?
I don't know, really, you know, but...
Because when a mare like Sunline kicks and puts a gap on you like that, not too often you pick her up, but, you know, he's a great horse and was a fantastic finish all over, and, you know, it was, as I said, it was a great finish, and it was really exciting that the crowd really got involved, and it was wonderful.
And all this...
If the horse wins Sunday's Group 1 Underwood Stakes.
Things for the Group 1 Underwood, and some good horses, as I mentioned, have crossed the line first in the Underwood over the years. A check of the success.
Race that's going to immediately determine his future. A win here and he'll be back for the Caulfield Cup, one would feel for sure. Now Acapulco has come up, hit the roof. The Derby winner joins them. Native Jazz, the impressive Craigley winner. They're away in racing. Freemason jumped okay. Sky Heights dropped to the tail with Lolita Star. Northerly away well. He's settling third in the early stages. It's Acapulco Slavonic going for Acapulco. He's out by 2 lengths to hit the roof. King Keitel outside Slavonic. Northerly in 5th placing from Sale of Century, and then a length to Carpstad Way, who tracks Northerly. Next, Native Jazz starting to make a little ground from Big Pat. Universal Prince has eased out, and then came Lolita Star, Wellback Freemason and Sky Heights. Acapulco at the 600 by 2.5 lengths hit the roof. Slavonic and King Keitel. Sail of Century next with Northerly on the outside, and Oliver's off. Here comes the fave now. Native Jazz tracks him into the race, and then Carpstead Way, and Universal Prince has got onto the back of Native Jazz as they corner. Northerly about 4 away from the rail, raced up to hit the roof. Ackerbilk and King Keitel, they got tight there. Northerly laying in again, but he's taken the lead, the Western Australian. Oliver's on one rein as he hits the front from King Keitel. Here's Carpstead Way. Carpstead Way after Northerly. King Keitel kicks. Northerly, Carpstead Way, Universal Prince. Northerly, a fighting tiger. He's won it on the inside. Oliver's won it. A big day for Damien, beating Universal Prince and Carpstead Way. Close up, Skyhawk.
Oh, wow, sends shivers up your spine, Northerly. He's something special, Andrew Ben.
I think where I should be going.
I reckon probably most expect you to go to the Caulfield Cup thing, I think, Fred.
The clear and outright favourite. I've got Northerly marked at $1.60. It has won on the dead, but hasn't seen a slow or heavy track, so that's the only question mark, depending on whether we get rain or not. I've got Shogun Lodge at $4.
Top rating ahead of its Platonic, Shogun Lodge and Native Jazz. Yalumba Stakes update, Shogun Lodge $4.50, Northerly $1.80, Native Jazz $6.10.
And a good start with Asia and Evander away nicely. Northerly's jumped fast. Oliver's looking left and right, trying to head over towards the leaders, and Shogun Lodge is deeper on his outside. Northerly's caught 3 wide. Oliver might boot to the front. As they settle into stride, it's Hill of Grace narrowly from Northerly and Evander the inside. 2 lengths Shogun Lodge, 4th outside Ethereal. A length and a half further back, and at the tail end Asia with Native Jazz about to go. As they came to the railway side, Northerly in front of Evander and Hill of Grace. Shogun Lodge back 4th, and Native Jazz improving around the outside from Ethereal. Then it's Platonic and 2 lengths to Asia now last. Northerly by the 800, out by about a length of Evander, and just behind them over on the inside is Hill of Grace as they came near to the home turn. Native Jazz around Shogun Lodge, trailed then by Ethereal, who's 3rd last on the inside from Litz, Platonic and Asia. But it's Northerly coming towards the home turn by a length of Evander, who's under extreme pressure. Hill of Grace the inside. Shogun Lodge pushed along as Northerly corners nicely clear, and Native Jazz out wide into the straight now, and Oliver's released the brakes on Northerly. He quickly shot about 3 lengths in front. Shogun Lodge, Native Jazz battling away, and then came Hill of Grace and Ethereal. It's Northerly well clear with 100 to go. Shogun Lodge digging deep. He's 2 behind but closing. Northerly about a length and a half in front. Shogun Lodge can't reach him, and Northerly virtually all the way wins it. It's Northerly from Shogun Lodge and 3rd Ethereal. They were trailed just behind them by Hill of Grace to last.
Yeah, the winner in tactics was Damien Oliver on number 2.
Track work, but he knows how to perform when it counts, doesn't he, Fred?
Yeah, he's pretty good, like, and that was Northerly his best, I thought.
Pretty good. Can you
For something to come at him, but you know, it's pretty soft win.
Okay, you've had 3 starts on him.
Bring on the Cox Plate.
That horse yesterday, he wanted to give him the easiest possible run.
There was a bit left there.
It was almost a cheeky ride, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh, Graham, I think there was a heap left.
Yeah.
I think there was half a tank left.
Half a tank.
Well, I think the field. I've got Sunline. I've got her at $2.50. An imposing record at Moonee Valley, and I think it's a horse to beat. Northerly, he's at $3. Damien Oliver on board.
Moonee Valley race 7, Cox Plate. Northerly and Sunline joint top raters. Silvano Cox Plate. Northerly $3.50. Silvano $5.50. Caetano for Universal Prince $5. Now Sunline hasn't budged off that mark. $2.80.
Racing. Sunline jumped well. Caetano missed it. Silvano got out very fast. Viscount shows pace. Sunline's heading over pretty comfortably through the first part of the race. Universal Prince settling at the tail. There's the first turn coming up, and it's Sunline 3/4 in front of Viscount, and she crossed him with ease. Northerly moved up 3rd the outside, followed by Silvano. In behind them to Universal Prince. Sunline has had it easy out towards the turn at the 1200, and she leads by 2 lengths. The 3-year-old Viscount is 2nd. Northerly is 3rd. Referral tucked away 4th on the inside, trailed by Silvano. A length and a half to Caetano, and then King Keitel, and 2 lengths to Universal Prince. As they race down the back, he's about 10 from the leader, and Sunlight out in front, 1,000 to go. Viscount 2nd. Northerly 3 lengths away, 3rd. Referral 4th the inside, and then Silvano. King Keitel and Caetano are together next, and last is Universal Prince. They make the turn at the 800, and Sunline comes up the side by a length and a half to Viscount. out, and Northerly is easing out wide, so he can have a clear run to come with his effort now. And then Silvano running up near the inside, and Universal Prince is hooked out at the 600 metres. Sunline in front, she's 3/4 in front of Viscount. In third placing Northerly. Silvano's taking the shortcuts. Universal Prince is winding up. Charles hasn't asked for the big run yet. They're coming for home. Sunline about to straighten up for history, led by 2 lengths. Silvano's chasing through on the inside, and then Viscount and Northerly and Universal Prince. It's Sunline around the turn in front. She's 2 lengths clear. Northerly's coming down the outside. Sunline in front of Northerly and Viscount. Sunline tackled by Northerly. Northerly's raced up to Sunline. Viscount in the middle. There's trouble on the line, but the West roars as Northerly has won it from Sunline and Viscount, who got flattened near the line. Next in King Keitel. Silvano couldn't go on. A dramatic...
What a thriller. 1, 7 and 8. The West Australian champion, ridden by the West Australian. He hangs in. Oliver hits him with the whip in the inside hand. Now watch here, there's definitely tightening the Viscount between them. Sunline comes out a little bit, I must admit that. She contributed to it. But I'll say this, Viscount's the horse that copped the problem. But I also will say, I don't think it made any difference to the result. I think Northerly was clear.
I think she comes out. I think it was pictures of the Fian there when we just beat Sunline, and oh mate, it was such an exciting finish. What about the time?
38,000 plus went to Moonee Valley yesterday for the 80th running of the Cox Plate. It was a clash of the heavyweights, and it turned into really a prize fight. It had everything, including, and just boys and Joe, is that we have a new title holder, and it's Northerly. What a champ, Fred.
Yeah, certainly is. He's turning into a great racehorse. He's got all the attributes.
Champ, and he was given the ultimate accolade too by Damien Oliver after the race, declaring that Northerly is the best horse that he has ridden.
Yeah, it's good to hear him say that, you know, along the way.
How good is Damien Oliver, Ken?
He's the best jockey in Australia by a furlong. He's got a gap on them at the moment. Graham said that I think justice was done. I think Northerly certainly deserved the race. I couldn't.
And Ethereal. Now here is the market on the St George. Northerly $1.30. Old Comrade $15. Market price.
So they're set. Group 2 at 1800. Northerly the quickly. He led Spirit of Westbury second, a length and a half Piper Star. Tascanos is up fourth the outside, and Northerly getting up on the inside was sent home on his outside. He hasn't had any favours, Northerly. Pocketed away. He's not really where he wants to be. 2 lengths further back, Ethereal, and then came Old Comrade and Market Price. They're inside the 600. It's Dinmont the leader from Spirit of Westbury. Piper Star, Tascanos. Sent home in 5th placing. Northerly needing a brilliant sprint to win from where he is as they come round the home turn, and pulling to the outside, Market Price and Old Comrade. Dinmont came round the turn in front. Northerly's got brilliant rails runs, and he kicks through along the inside, and he's hit the front at the 250. Piper Star and Old Comrade are coming. Northerly under the whip now. Piper Star, Old Comrade joining him on the outside. Old Comrade in front. Northerly trying to kick back, and kick he does. Northerly fighting on strongly. Northerly blows them away. What a win. Northerly from Old Comrade or Piper Star. Then came Sent Home, and behind them Ethereal. He had no favours, but we saw a fighting lion win this afternoon. Well, at this stage, it's been a great win. It might not...
After the win, I don't think I've seen a horse, I may have seen better, but not one with the courage to match this horse, Northerly. Damien Oliver doesn't give an inch in when he rides, and he doesn't expect anything either.
Melbourne. And Northerly and Elegant Fashion are the joint top raters ahead of... And $51,000 Craig Lee Stakes at Group 2 level as we join Greg Miles.
Well, and also Spirit of Westbury. May the horse be with you, jump fast. Helene Vitality dropped out to be Barron, and they're followed by Maguire. Don Eduardo third from last, coming around the home turn, and then Helene Vitality and Fire Tane at the 500 metres now, and Northerly the leader. Child's busy at work on the West Australian hero. He quarters about 3/4 Lazagoletta. Spirit of Westbury, Elegant Fashion, and then came its Platonic. A fair break then to Tully Thunder. Brew over on the inside, and Don Eduardo still about third last. 300 to go now, and Lazagoletta
Letter up level with Northerly. He's got a real fight on his hands here. They're 3 lengths in front of It's Platonic. And then came Elegant Fashion. Northerly's kicking pretty well. Letter under the whip on the outside. Northerly drew a neck in front. The Fighting Tigers coming clear the last little bit, and Northerly tested but wins. Beats Letter. Silver Baron got up for third. It's Platonic fourth. Then Rain Gauge, Maguire, Helene Vitality, the eye catcher late. Then came Tally Thunder, followed...
I'm still wondering about the blinkers.
You did it without blinkers.
No blinkers.
Northerly's mouth-watering clash with Magical Mist. Now, the ratings you'll find interesting. Northerly rates ahead of Sky Heights. Yeah, Northerly is just, or equal favourite on course now with Magical Mist. But the betting, foot, equal on course favourites are Magical Mist and Northerly. Here's Greg Miles.
Sky Heights a little slow. La Belladonna jumped out of the stalls brilliantly and found the lead ahead of Northerly and Like a Gov through the early stages. Next, San Mason, and they're followed by Maguire. Don Eduardo. He's over on the outside of Sky Heights and Tally Thunder. 2 to Magical Miss, and then the big ass. And 2 to Maguire. Northerly with the beautiful trail. He's 1 out, 1 back with cover 4th. 2 to San Mason. Don Eduardo is next on the outside. 2 Tally Thunder, and then Sky Heights. 1.5 lengths further back is Magical Miss. At the 800, she spots the lead at 10. Next in the field, the big ass, Helene Vitality, and they're followed by Silver Baron at over 2 lengths to Yama. At the 600 metres, La Belladonna from Like a Gov to Maguire. Charles pushes Northerly along now. 2 to San Mason, Don Eduardo, Tally Thunder. Here's Magical Miss with the big ass coming around the outside. Sky Heights are struggling as they neared the corner, where Like a Gov took the lead from La Belladonna. Then Maguire, Northerly next under the whip. And he's got 3 lengths on Magical Miss as they corner now. Northerly's raced up and he's gone to the lead. Northerly dashed to the front. Here comes Magical Miss with a run, and then came Like a Gov and La Belladonna. Northerly in front. Magical Miss is getting there stride by stride. Northerly a neck in front. Magical Miss tries to level. Northerly sticks his head out and he wins. What a horse he is. Northerly beat Magical Miss 4 lengths away. Don Eduardo grabbed it. He's back to the Don. He's just got third ahead of Maguire, and that doubts him. Who doubts him, who dares to doubt this horse? Northerly. He is a superstar. When the chips were down, Magical Miss threw out an enormous challenge at the 100-metre mark, but his well-known bulldog fighting talents were there to the fore again today. He had a wonderful turn of acceleration.
There's a few snapping at our heels, Long Roan to Fire, but at the moment Northerly and Sunline are the 2 best horses in Australasia, and I'm very fortunate and very lucky to be on both of them at the present.
Magical Miss equal top rate ahead of Fields of Omar. Nice side, $6.40 in the last start winner, Fantastic. 1 and 12 equal atop the ratings. Don Eduardo, have you asked him?
So this most important spring stepping stone is about to unfold before. And he's jumped brilliantly Northerly on the inside with Like a Gov, and Dash for Cash is ridden up in the early stages. Coming across Magical Miss from her wide draw too. She's driving forward. Like a Gov finds the lead as they go by the 1800. Magical Miss to second. Northerly pocketed third with Dash for Cash over racing on his outside. At the moment as they go 30 seconds and Rain Gauge. And last of all is Fields of Omar. Lester Thunderwing was the one midfield by the 800 metres, and Like a Gov led by 2. Northerly stalks him 1.5 lengths. Maguire Dash for Cash. Don Eduardo over on the inside from Henderson Bay, and then Magical Miss. Next in the field as they come to the corner, then Helene Vitality, Lester Thunderwing, Sky Heights, Rain Gauge, Fantastic, and then 60 seconds, and Fields of Omar is still last. Into the straight now, and the West Australian, the Fighting Tiger, hit the lead. Northerly, he's gone for home. Don Eduardo's coming with a rails run, wider out Maguire. Here comes Magical Miss with a run, and then Helene Vitality. Northerly the leader at the 200. He leads by about 1 length here to Dash for Cash. Don Eduardo can't go on. Magical Miss is coming, and here's Fields of Omar sweeping down the outside. Northerly the leader from Dash for Cash. Fields of Omar. Northerly in front. Northerly holding on. You're a champion. Northerly beat Dash for Cash. Photo third, Fields of Omar, Helene Vitality and Fantastic. And they were followed then by Magical Miss. Back behind these horses, completed by Tobin Bronze in 1966. Taking out the Craigley Underwood and the Turnbull Stakes in a row. We're privileged to witness one of the greats. Dash for...
He's maintained his unbeaten record, so he's got a good rapport with the horse.
In such a fighting mood that he is
through the race. And
betting resumed. Fields of Omar was a firm $4.25 favourites, ahead of Northerly at $5.
Playing the 6-year-old's chances, carrying 58 kilograms, his former jockey, Damien Oliver, today declared Northerly was weighted to win.
Rarely has good cause. Not since Ming Dynasty 22 years ago has 58 kilos been carried to victory in a Caulfield Cup.
People... Fields of Omar, 9, 15, 2 and 5. Here's the latest check in betting. I can tell you overnight there's been good money universal.
They're moving in. Fields of Omar was the first to go into the stalls for this stage. Glenn Boss keeping out of the... Northerly jumped well from a middle gate. So did the second mortgage and Freemason. Tally Thunder ridden up in the early stages. As they settle down, Fields of Omar's going forward outside Northerly. And handy on the outside too is Dash for Cash, so it's a great charge. Down past the judge, Dash for Cash outside Northerly. Tally Thunder showing speed. The three of them leading, turning out of the straight. Childs grabbed hold of Northerly and he's settled third now. The second mortgage, fourth in. Tally Thunder nears the 1,000 by 3. Northerly second, Dash for Cash third. Helene Vitality is in fourth placing. 2 lengths then to the second mortgage Republic Lass. Freemason going forward as the pace has gone right out of the cup. Then Hale, and they're followed then by Distinctly Secret. Fields of Omar, they're packing up now. Next is Pentastic taking off with Carpstad Way. Beekeeper held up near the inside. 2 lengths to Rain Gauge, and then Universal Prince followed by Prize Gem, and ahead of it is Grey Song. Tally Thunder about to be joined at the 600 by Northerly, and Freemason's gone up third. A length and a half further back is Dash for Cash, the second mortgage running on. Then Helene Vitality. Here comes Fields of Omar from Hale and Republic Lass. Northerly has taken the lead coming around the turn. Freemason is with him. Wider out the second mortgage and Fields of Omar. And further back is Helene Vitality. Northerly down to the 200. Childs pulled the whip. He's the leader from Freemason. Fields of Omar's coming down the outside. And then came Republic Lass. Northerly in front with 100 metres to go. Fields of Omar, Republic Lass are closing. Northerly in front. Fields of Omar tries hard. Northerly beats Fields of Omar in a photo in a grand Caulfield Cup. Republic Lass or Distinctly Secret might have got third. And just behind those then was Freemason, Beekeeper, Grey Song, Helene. Back is Helene Vitality. Northerly down to the 200. Childs pulled the whip. He's the leader from Freemason. Fields of Omar's coming down the outside. And then came Republic Lass. Northerly in front with 100 metres to go. Fields of Omar, Republic Lass are closing. Northerly in front. Fields of Omar tries hard. Northerly beats Fields of Omar in a photo in a grand Caulfield Cup. Republic Lass or Distinctly Secret might have got third. And just behind those then was Freemason, Beekeeper, Grey Song, Helene. Northerly has won the Caulfield Cup. It's one of the great Caulfield Cups.
It's a super horse. 1980's the last time a horse has carried this weight to victory in a Caulfield Cup. That was Ming Dynasty 22 years ago. Greg Child, 6 starts, 6 rides for 6 wins on this horse. Pretty much. Only Sunline, Tie the Knot and Octagonal have won more money now than this horse in the history of Australasian racing. He's deep into the $5 million bracket. Next week, Paddy Payne rides him against Sunline, Lonhro, Grandira, Defy, and maybe Bella Spree in the Cox Plate.
What a horse, but what a race this Cox Plate is developing into. Have we ever seen a better race than this? This is going to be one of the great races.
He's a grand handicapper. He's a magnificent horse. You're sitting at home watching this horse, you're seeing one of the great race horses of our time. Any horse that can carry a weight like that and carry it the way he did, up with the leaders, taking the lead early and fighting off all the challenges, that's the way he likes to do it. He's just a prize fighter, this horse. Never, ever knows when he's beaten. Fields of Omar, I don't think you'll see one again for a long time that fights as hard as this horse.
I think Greg Childs might
has also been given an extra 2 kilos in the Melbourne Cup, up to 60. What's the reaction to that?
Thanks, Mr. Boulder. I'll make the decision not to run him a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah. So that would secure that?
Look, I'm speaking in haste and spur of the moment. I've just been told he's got 2 kilos. This horse runs on heart. I don't want to break it.
The plan was to run him in the Cox Plate after the Caulfield Cup. I think that's still the plan. I think Fred Kersley got
the mix. Sunline's Swan Song, Northerly coming back. I don't think there's been a better set-up race. There could be the house full sign go up at Moonee Valley.
Yeah, I'm sure Fred Fox.
Sunline will start favourite to win her 3rd Cox Plate in her farewell run tomorrow. And the world's...
The sentimental favourite, $3.25 in Michael Iskander's markets. Lonhro well back today at $3.50, while the defending champion Northerly is $4.
Northerly's in fourth spot. Today's first prize, $2 million. Sunline with 11.1. Northerly.
And Lonhro is equal fourth-rated, Richard.
How do you rate anything above Northerly and Sunline? That's what's got me beat. But I know they do it on weights and measures, and he's weighted better. And we can hardly hear each other out here. The crowd is that noisy. They're just in anticipation of this race, and they're playing.
Racing. The last chapter unfolds. Sunline, one of the first out. Northerly got away quickly and immediately strides up to her outside, and he went back on Assertive Lad. Bellisbury third there, and Lonhro back second last with Assertive Lad. Sunline now starting to wind it up a bit. Into the back she goes. She leads by 2.5, chasing a third Cox Plate. In second placing Northerly, 2 Bellisbury. 2 further back is Defire, and then Grandera outside Yusinov. 3 lengths Fields of Omar. Lonhro gives the great mare at least 12 lengths at the 800, and Assertive Lad is last of all. Off the back at the 800 metres. It's Sunline in front now. Up the side, can she deliver the fairy tale finish? Moonee Valley is willing her home. She leads by 2, but the great Tigers coming after a Northerly, and they've got 3 lengths to fire. Bellisbury, Grandera asked to go, and then Fields of Omar, followed by Ustinov, and Lonhro's giving them a long start. Sunline is the leader. The Fighting Tigers after a Northerly. He trails by a length coming around the home turn. This is going to be special. Into the straight now, and it's Sunline from Northerly, then Defire. Grandera is easing out for the run. Northerly went up to the great mare. Sunline fights back as she always does. Northerly put the head in front though. He's raced about a length and a half now. Here comes Defire, Grandera, but Northerly is clear, and the Fighting Tiger Northerly does it again, beats Defire, Grandera. Fourth goes to Sunline. The Queen abdicates, but does it with class. She's followed in by Fields of Omar. Lonhro was run off his legs. Next is Ustinov.
To win a Caulfield Cup and a Cox Plate in the 1 year. He joins Tobin Bronze, Rising Fast and Tranquil Star as the only horses to come from a Caulfield Cup victory and to have won a Cox Plate in the 1 year. So Northerly...
Some performance, and Australia deserves a horse like that in the Melbourne Cup.
What a ride. First ride on the horse for Pat Payne. First ride back from...
Run through. What can I say? Words fail me. This horse just... He's made us all so proud. And I just feel like...
This year, he's won Craigley the under with the... This year, he's won the Craigley the under with the Turnbull and the Caulfield Cup. The Cox Plate, well, he joins Farlap, Chatham, Young Idea, Boveet, Tranquil Star, Flight, Hydrogen, Tobin Bronze and Sunline as double winners. Just one behind.
He's reeling in the best horses, perhaps, in this part of the world. They are the best horses in this part of the world. He is just a freak.
Okay, place at first, third.
A lot more you can say about Northerly. He's done it all. He's proved all the doubters wrong. He's rewritten all the rules. He actually doesn't behave by the accepted parameters. He does everything his own way. I mean, enormous. I mean, when Sunline walks onto the track, it's like when the heavyweight champion walks into the ring at a boxing match. You know, the crowd just go wild. They love it. But I think she lost the heavyweight belt yesterday. I think Northerly's wearing it well and truly now, because every time he's met her now, he's beaten her. She'll retire to stud, never having a victory over Northerly. So...
he hasn't been over-raced. He's had 26 starts. He's a horse that could just travel the world next year, and in that type of form, he could just put Australia on the map.
He's been invited to the Dubai World Cup. He was invited last year, he didn't go because he wanted to set him for the Cox Plate and the races he's won this spring. But I tell you, that horse could go to a World Cup on dirt and win it, because he's trained on dirt all the time. He's very comfortable on it, and he races that style. He gets up and he grinds away up on the pace. He could win a World Cup. He'd be the only Australian horse I've ever thought could win a World Cup.
There's a couple of good races on the turf.
I just think that Patrick Payne on Northerly will take a lot of the gamble out of it, and he'll put him right up there if he could, because he does race well that way.
Let's see what tactics...
Obviously, Fields of Omar's his only danger. They've met past the 800. Georgie Boy still out by 3/4. Payne happy to let Georgie take him into the race. He sits second on Northerly. 2 lengths Fields of Omar on the inside, within 2 of the leader. Mr. Casanova is outside. Georgie Boy at the 600 by neck. Now Payne just nickels a little bit at the champion. Northerly almost level coming to the turn. Mr. Casanova tried to make a line of 3, and Fields of Omar is last, but only 2 lengths off the leader. Georgie Boy just in front of Northerly. Mr. Casanova running a big race, and Fields of Omar in the straight now, and on the outside Northerly took a slender lead. Fields of Omar comes with a run at him on the inside. Payne pulled the whip. Northerly's about a nick in front. Fields of Omar's having a go at him. Northerly about a head in front of Fields of Omar. They're racing tight. Northerly, what a champion you are. Pulls out enough. Northerly beat Fields of Omar 3/4 of a length. 5 lengths Mr. Casanova. It's a favourite trifecta, and Georgie Boy picks up $8 for that.
Oh, stirring stuff here. The big crowd at Caulfield just...
Oh, he was there.
He put the head out, though, your horse. He just never gives in, does he?
Well, he knows I need the money, so no, it's his, you know, a trait over the last couple of seasons. He's, they can get to him, but it's pretty hard to get past him.
Is the top rater. Fields of Omar, Don Eduardo and Mr. Trick. A field of 7 in the Cup this year. Northerly at $1.50. Fields of Omar.
It's the who's who of Australasian racing. Now, if Northerly wins today, he goes to about 8.9, and he's got the BMW in favourite.
But Northerly odds on to win his 2nd Australian Cup. Beaten the 900 Northerly, dictating the terms now. A neck clear. Don Eduardo 2nd. Mr. Trickster 3rd. Fields of Omar. He'll wait for the last sweeping run. He's 4th within 4 of the leader. Followed by Distinctly Secret, Oscar Eric, and Natural Blitz is last as they come to the corner now. Payne is quickening up a little on Northerly. Coming around the turn. He leads about a neck to Don Eduardo. Mr. Trickster, Fields of Omar the outside, and then Distinctly Secret, Natural Blitz and Oscar Eric into the straight now, and Northerly leads by about a length and a half. Payne's really urging him along. Don Eduardo staying with him. They've got away to Mr. Trickster, and then about 4 lengths further back is Fields of Omar at the 300 metres, and Northerly out by a length and a half. Don Eduardo running a great race, and then Natural Blitz. Fields of Omar can't go on, but Northerly shot away. The champion from West Australia, racing 4 lengths in front from Natural Blitz, but it's the Fighting Tiger, the West Australian wonder. Northerly by 4 lengths. Natural Blitz 2nd, Don Eduardo 3rd, Mr. Trickster 4th, then Fields of Omar to last. The champ's done it again. He's won his 2nd.
Further back, Fields of Omar ducking in from Mr. Trickster. Natural Blitz, it's Northerly at the 200. Don Eduardo, the only challenger. Northerly down on the inside. The champ finds something. Look at him go now, Northerly. He's sprinted away. It's all over again. And he's going to canter home, Northerly. Natural Blitz back to 2nd with Don Eduardo, but Northerly wins easily by 4 lengths. 2nd home is Natural Blitz ahead away 3rd. Don Eduardo, a gap to Mr. Trickster.
You sometimes doubt the way you train him, and I had doubts coming into today, but you know, he just answers every question, and I'm amazed. You just sit and watch, and you say that's a remarkable horse.
You say you had doubts going in today, Fred?
I thought I might have overdone him a bit in training. He worked hard.
A good argument to say that this is just about the best horse we've seen since Kingston Town. We've had some beauties and some great ones, and it's an argument we don't need to go to today, but 13 starts in Group 1 races for 9 wins and 2 placings. This is a remarkable, a special racehorse, and today we saw him. We said that he was closing in on Sunline. Well, he's up to $8.86 million with Sunline at 11.35. And Keith, just briefly, is now public property. He's part of Australian racing, and everywhere this horse goes, thousands and thousands of fans go with him.
Well, the champion there in an absolute class of his own. He had his own way in front and win the for sure.
I think we're watching the best horse in Australia here, Northy. That was his most emphatic win, that Australian Cup win. He goes to Sydney.
He's got an amazing character, Northerly. Like you see there, normally when he gets on the outside of horses, he wants to roll in and eyeball and put them on the fence. When he was on the fence and dictating, he wanted to run out and join the horse on his outside. Like he's just such a competitor. He just wants a street fight all the time.
And what a big for sure.
I think we're watching the best horse in Australia here, Northy. That was his most emphatic win, that Australian Cup win. He goes to Sydney tomorrow.
Go on and do the
He's
job.
got an amazing character, Northerly. Like you see there, normally when he gets on the outside of horses, he wants to roll in and eyeball and put them on the fence. When he was on the fence and dictating, he wanted to run out and join the horse on his outside. Like he's just such a competitor. He just wants a street fight all the time.
And what a big attraction he's